WWF SmackDown. Just bring it.
Today we'll be taking a look at WWF SmackDown Just Bring It for the PlayStation 2. Now Just Bring It is the first SmackDown in a long line of SmackDown games for the PlayStation 2 console. So this is very primitive, but there is a lot of fun to be had here. Now, in the way of gameplay modes, matches, it didn't bring a lot to the table. In fact, we actually lost some matches from SmackDown 2 Know Your Role. But it did improve on some of the matches. Otherwise, everything else is just a visual upgrade. Now, SmackDown Just Bring It had a story mode, which, for the time being, was okay. However, it wasn't deep enough to gather my interest. Now, the cool thing about it is you've got tons of stuff to unlock, tons of characters, arenas, other stuff like that to unlock. And it does show you who's holding the title and a title history. I thought that's always been cool. Now, as far as wrestlers that you can choose from go, there are a ton in this game. Everyone from Albert to Crash Holly to Ivory to Taz, you name it, they're pretty much in here. Now, this was around the same time that the Alliance angle was going on, so we didn't really get a full roster like I was hoping for, but suffice enough. Now, to start out the story mode, you talk to Vince McMahon in the back. He asks you basically if you want to go for the tag team titles or if you want to start a solo career. Now, most of the time you want to start a solo career because that's where the main story is going to take off from. Now, there really isn't a story in story mode. It's basically you fight one guy, you get into an altercation with another, you fight that guy. So not a whole lot of storyline going on, but it does what it's made out to do, and that's go from one title to the next. Now, I mean, as you can see by the video here, you have a little bit of a cinematic, if you will. Now, I mean, the graphics for SmackDown Just Bring It weren't the greatest. In fact, in the opening of SmackDown Just Bring It, they play a video, and actually, that cinematic in the beginning is amazing. I mean, it parallels what they're doing today with the PS3 and the Xbox 360, but when I loaded it up, I was kind of disappointed. But again, it's better than what was going on for the PlayStation and N64 at the time. Another cool thing about story mode is at the beginning of each week, they play a little intro that's reminiscent to the Raw's War or SmackDown intros. And while this is a small aesthetic thing, it really makes you feel like you're part of the broadcast every Monday or Thursday night. This is something that they should really incorporate into the new games. I'm surprised they haven't already. Another thing we have to discuss is commentary. Now, for the first time ever in a SmackDown game, they got Michael Cole and Taz to do play-by-play and color commentary. While this is just mainly play-by-play, it's a nice touch to have commentary in a SmackDown game, finally. Now, they still have the background music, just in case you don't want to hear Michael Cole and Taz yap at you the whole match. Another funny thing, though, is Taz, even though he's, wrestling the match, he still calls his own commentary. So it's a little unreal, but like I said, a nice little touch. Now on to the rating. With SmackDown Just Bring It, I can't give this anything more than a rent it. It's a good game if you just want to pick up and play for a couple minutes, maybe 15, 30 minutes. The season mode isn't terribly deep. In fact, it's quite boring. The TLC matches will keep you busy. Putting people through tables is cool. The roster is a good roster. You get to play with guys like Raven and stuff like that. Now, on to the impact rating. When I was thinking about this impact rating, I was being kind of generous to SmackDown Just Bring It. I had to give it a 7. Because this was the first next-gen, quote-unquote, title that I had played as far as wrestling goes. And I liked it. I played it non-stop, and I'm sure many of you played it non-stop. It was a good game for the time, but that's all I can say about it.